It is my absolute joy today to be joined by author Gary Beisheim. He is the author of the newly released book, Discipleship, Pass It On. And Gary, tell us about this book.
Well, this book's basically about kind of redefining discipleship and what it means. And basically, that is about coming alongside another person and helping them, just as I was helped 50 years ago. So it's kind of redefining it, and then it teaches how to help somebody new in the faith, or a new Christian, or somebody that just comes to you and say, "Hey, Garrett, there's things in your life I'd like to emulate those. Can you help me, in my relationship with Christ?" So that's kind of what it's about.
And that's
Yeah.
incredible. And it's so important. I mean, discipleship is so important. I've had so many people that have discipled me or mentored me in my life that have been so effective in my life as well. So I know how important that is. And it's great that you wrote this book. Can you tell me what was the main inspiration that made you actually write this book where you said, I know I have to write this book? And what inspired you to do that?
Yeah, well, it started about 50 years ago when a guy came alongside me, introduced me to Christ basically, and helped me grow in that relationship with Christ. Um, and then there's been today's parlance, I think you'd say coaching or mentoring. I call it discipleship because that's what Christ said. That's the last thing he said to his guys. This is the very last thing he said to his guys is go and make disciples, baptize them, and teach them all I've commanded. So I get into what discipleship is all about because it was a common term back then. But what inspired me, like back to the question, was this guy came alongside me. I've come alongside other guys, and they've kind of followed on with their guys, and it applies to women as well. It's not just for men. The book is written for men because I am a man, and but women can apply it. My wife has discipled a couple other ladies, and one of them's gone on to disciple other people and lead groups. And she's in Kentucky, but that's what's kind of inspired me. And then I wrote down things over the last 20 years or so. Then I collected them and put them together in a somewhat cohesive manner, of what it means to be a disciple, what it really means, and then how to teach it to others, because it's supposed to be passed on. Christ said to his guys who'd been with him, camping for 3 years, okay, you guys go make disciples. And it got carried on. And I think it's gotten distorted in the church today. And I think this is a timely book because not many churches get this concept of coming alongside of one another.
I love that. And especially, I think it's spot on because especially for new Christians, they need that mentor and that person to help them, be discipled. And so I think your book is amazing. Obviously, I think your heart is amazing for why you wrote it. And so, is there anything else you'd like to share with us today about you, your book, or the message behind it?
Just that I think a lot first of all, the word discipling comes from way before Christ with the Greek philosophers, and they had guys around them that would follow them around, and they would emulate and try and emulate what they saw, more than actually what they heard. So, and then in Christ's day, that term was pretty, what do you call it, commonplace. It was known what it meant to make a disciple. It was to be around a guy who emulated, and you try to put that into your life in your relationship with Christ. And then it worked in 1970 when this guy came alongside me, and other people have come alongside me, and it works today. I'm discipling a couple guys. It's just that's the first part of it, is just, what it means to be a disciple. And the second thing is, part of that verse, when he talked to his guys, he said, teach them to obey all that I've commanded you. well, Christ only gave us two commands, really. He said, love God with all your heart, and all your strength, and all your might, and love one. The second one was love one another. That's Christian life in a nutshell. And the book kind of tells about how you can help a guy do that, how you can love God, how you can spend time with him, because love. If you love God, it's basically spending time with him. So um, that's kind of what's about. Myself, I continue to have really close relationships with a couple guys that I now it's I think it's come to a focal point where I think everybody, including you, probably needs somebody that you are talking with and emulating, learning from what you see them do, and then you have somebody that around you that's a friend that's not really enamored by you, and then the third one is even you, Stacy, can help somebody come along, a new Christian. You can't just hand them the Bible and say good luck. It's that doesn't help the relationship, doesn't help them grow. So I continue to do that and will till I die probably, because it's just it's so rewarding to have that relationship, that close thing. You can stop wherever you are and pray. You can stop wherever you are and think of verses that you're working on, or want to focus on, like what does it mean to love God, those kind of things. So that's kind of what it's about. And what I want to leave is that book, and is some testament, I guess, to how it began and how it works today. So that's what the book's about.
It sounds an incredible book, you have an incredible heart for obviously ministry and for people. And so I think this book would even be good as as a small group book, something that people could study, obviously it's great for men, and I'm sure women can get things out of it too, but men to learn how to be disciples. But also, I mean, I could see this, being a small group study, reaching out even beyond that. And so I think you've written an amazing book, and we want to let everyone know where they can purchase this book, Discipleship, Pass It On. It's available online at Amazon, online at Barnes & Noble, Reader House, anywhere online books are sold. And so we recommend everyone, reach out and get this book. It's incredible, and can help you with your walk with God, but also can help you help others with their walk with God. And so
That's what it's all about.
Gary, thank you so much for talking with us today, and we appreciate you, and we hope to check back in with you and see how things are going.
Sounds good. Let's do that. Thank you.